guys, listen. We're going to make a quick transition. So I want you guys to stay tuned. We're going to make a quick transition. You can see what the topic of discussion will be today. The topic of discussion will be the Memphis police beating / killing of TYRE Nicholas. I know you all have probably saw that by now. We're going to make a quick transition. I want you guys to stay tuned. Go ahead and wake your wife up, wake your husband up, wake everybody, especially the kids, because I have a message. I have something to say. Some people may not agree with my outtake or look on this situation. I may pull up the video, but I think everybody probably has seen it to some degree now. But this is our discussion for today. And I want y'all to tune in, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good podcast. And if y'all enjoy the TV show, I'm asking that you do something for me. First of all, pray for me. Pray that the TV show continues to be a success. And also, if you enjoy the show, please donate to the show by Cash App Early Morning Praise, $ Cash App Early Morning Praise. You can see it down at the bottom as you see it here, scrolling across the bottom. Y'all see that right there. And you can also do so by Zelle. Okay, you can also do so by Zelle. But we are making a transition now, heading into the podcast, right? We're heading into the podcast, the Let's Talk About It podcast. And this is one of the topics, like I said, we're going to jump straight in. We're going to feet first. We're talking about the real topics. I advise parents, wake your kids up, or at least have this discussion with your kids today. Have your discussion with your kids today. Please have this discussion with your kids today that we are about to do. So again, donate Early Morning Praise, $ Early Morning Praise, as you can see down at the bottom. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all see it. Y'all see it coming out. Y'all see it coming out. Come on. There you go, right there. Different ways to donate. Okay. So let's do that. But we're going to get ready to transition now into the podcast. Listen, I am your podcast pastor, and this is your first church service right here, okay? This is your first church service right here. Y'all know the name of the church. Name of my church is St. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans 10 and 9. All right, Apostolic, International, Multicultural, Multi-Denominational, Kojic Assembly Church of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, where I am your podcast pastor. I need y'all to be on time for church, okay? Be on time for church. Let's do that. All right, be on time for church. Let me get my other ticker going on back here, and then we're going to keep right on moving. Now, like I said, guys, this is going to be a good show today. It's going to be a touchy one, but like I said, I want to give y'all a little bit more time to get kind of settled in. And I'm going to let's just make a couple of transitional changes right here. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't leave me. Don't leave the CEO. Don't go nowhere. Please don't go nowhere. All right. What I want y'all to do is to sit back. Give me 2 minutes so that I can be prepared for y'all. Okay. 2 minutes. Just watch this right here, and we will be right back. All right, listen up, guys. What's going on? Welcome. This is the Todd Mickens. You are tuning into the Todd Mickens Let's Talk About It podcast, where we're going to discuss a very sensitive topic this morning. Like I said, here at this podcast, it's a safe place to come, man, where we can talk about any and everything and have a difference of opinion and still leave friends at the end of the day. So again, I'd like to welcome y'all here to the Todd Mickens Let's Talk About the podcast. And we're going to dig in deep today. First, let me go back and thank some people who was tuning in already from the show. We got Cheryl Snell, we got Tammy, we got Sandra Sumter, we got Dale Wright, Kaylin Tennessee. What's going on, Kaylin? We got Elder Anthony Stubbs. We got Lisa Jones. We got Gregory Chaffin Sr. tuning in all the way from Louisville, Kentucky. Y'all, the show is reaching far. Listen, so thank you, Brother Gregory. And then right up under Brother Gregory, Sheila Pate. Sheila Pate is tuning in all the way from, matter of fact, let me put Gregory's up there. Good morning to everyone. I pray that everyone has a blessed and wonderful day from Louisville, Kentucky. And then right up under that, we have Sheila Pate. She says, good morning, everyone from Durham, North Carolina. Have a blessed Sunday. Thank y'all for tuning in from far and near. Helen Osborne. What's going on, Helen? How you doing? Gregory, he was about to get his shout on. Yeah. Yeah. Kaylin was in love with it. Kaylin loving it. All right. Cheryl supposed to be holding the throat cloths. You know, Cheryl, your usher duties are starting to fail. But I still love you though, Cheryl. Thanks again for Lisa Jones, Helen Osborne, and again, my good brother Elder Anthony Stubbs. So thank y'all for tuning in as well as others. If I'm not mistaken, I saw on here Michael West. What's going on, father-in-law? My father-in-law was tuning in. I thought I saw Boogaloo Shrimp on here. What's going on, Boogaloo? I don't know if she's still on here or not. Sandra A. Jackson just tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all listen, y'all know what this the topic of today is, okay? This is going to be a touchy topic, okay? It's going to be touchy. So bear with me, okay? This is going to be a no, we're not doing that. My bad. That's the wrong thing. So this is what we're talking about right here. Okay. Matter of fact, let me go in and edit this. We're talking about, let me see. Let me do this right here. Y'all give me one moment. One moment. All right, here we go. All right. Right here. Let's discuss the Memphis police beating, killing of TYRE Nicholas. Don't know what's going on with the camera here, but I'm still here, so we still good, right? I'm still here, so we are still good. We're going to talk about this today, guys. Let me get my settings back right. I don't know. It is what it is. We're going to talk about this today, and I hope that everyone listen to what I have to say. All right. Wandalyn Kenna Griffin. Hi, thanks for tuning in, Wanda. And listen, when y'all guys comment, please put city and state. Please put city and state that you are commenting from. So Cheryl, to redeem yourself, put city and state, and I'll forgive you where you comment from. Even though I know where you at, Cheryl. Helen, Anthony Stubbs, Lisa, listen, all y'all put city and state where you call them. Sheila Payne and Gregory has already done it. Lisa Jones, I need y'all. Kaylin, Dale Wright, Sandra, Tammy, city and state. Represent your city and state where you are calling from. Here we go. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me go back to Cheryl said, Lord, you know I'm already on the floor slain. I probably, as long as you slain under the Holy Spirit, we're gonna let it slide. Love you. Hey, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. New Zion, South Carolina. Thanks for tuning in from New Zion, South Carolina. Wait, North Augusta. Well, all right, North Augusta. Yeah, all right. Kayla said, y'all ain't gonna leave out Hopkins, South Carolina. I know that's right, niece. I know that's right, niece. Thank you. Columbia. Here we go. Cheryl said Columbia, South Carolina, by way of St. Matthews, which let me know Cheryl is probably on her way to the radio station. That's right. Y'all, let's get some more of these states in here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, bring it. Goof morning. Wait a minute, Linda. Now I'm gonna let you slide on that, Linda. But you got to change up the goof. I'm assuming Linda Yvonne Mickens Weldon. And the only reason I'm letting you slide is because you got the name Mickens in there. But you got up there, Goof Morning, Thomasville, North Carolina. What's going on, Thomasville, North Carolina? Thank you for tuning in, Linda. Linda, go ahead and correct that, or I'm going to mess with you the whole show. Helen Osborne said, I'm tuning in from Columbia, South Carolina. Lisa Jones, South Carolina, small city, but big heart. You right about that, Lisa. Thank you. So, Lisa, I just realized who you was. I'm looking at that at your picture. Lisa, what's going on, Lisa? Lisa, what is going on? Thanks for tuning in. Wendy Louise Moon Boxdale. I watched this. God, well, thank you. I'm gonna take a sip of that. Thank you. I appreciate it so very much. And again, guys, we're gonna dive into the conversation. Let's discuss the Memphis police beating, killing of TYRE Nicholas. No problem, Linda. No problem. Those of you, I know y'all probably didn't seen it. The young man in Memphis was beaten, kicked in the head, punched, hit with a baton. It was almost a reenactment of the Rodney King beating years ago. Okay, Dwight, what's going on, man? It was almost a my brother showing love from Pompano Beach, Florida. What's going on, y'all? We got people all over the globe tuning in, from all the way up north, all the way down south, even out the east and west. Thank y'all for tuning in to Todd Mickens show. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. HD Hughes. Listen, if you comment, please type in city and state that you comment from. All right. Parents, and I may not get first of all, do this. If you saw the video, type in 1 or type in yes. I think everybody by now has seen it because it's been on major TV networks. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Cheryl said she haven't watched it yet. Well, Cheryl, I think for the sake of context, good morning, Todd. Checking it. All right, from Elgin. Yeah, listen, y'all guys, we got people all over the globe tuning in. Thank you, T. Tell the good brother, Elder Garant. Good morning. Yeah. Okay. Linda says she saw it. How many people saw it? Type in 1. Yes, saw it. Lisa said she saw it from all angles. So in a nutshell, yeah, as a mother of 2 sons, yeah, I understand, and I believe this is the importance of seeing it, or the importance of having this conversation. I know you have 3 grown kids, 2 adult sons. I know this, Cheryl. And this is a conversation because I want to go somewhere with this, and it might not be a popular opinion I have of this. Sandra says, from listening to others speak on it, I couldn't watch it. Sandra, if you have kids, if you have nieces and nephews, I think everyone should. I think as of right now, they don't have most of the very, very brutal stuff up. But I think it's important. It's imperative that you have this conversation. Why? Because what has happened is our kids, our people, period, people have now they have now begun to, okay, everyone wants to stand up for their right. Everyone wants a moment. Everybody, and follow me on this. I don't want nobody to say, wait a minute, what do you mean? Everybody understand this. Out of all of the videos you see where people standing up to the police and speaking their mind and winning lawsuits for wrongful arrest or being detained, listen, that is far and few from what really happens out on the streets. Gregory says, yes, and was a sad day for me to see that. Unbelievable. Sandra says, from listening to others speak on it, she couldn't watch it. Tina, good morning. I was too angry to look at it. However, I have 3 teen nephews that need to know what's yes. Exactly right. When it was horrific, I couldn't watch it all. Okay, awesome. I may pull it up just to kind of give a context, but me and my wife was talking, and I told my wife, this is something I tell my son and daughter or any young person I come in contact with. When you get pulled over, now listen, I'm not saying what he did. You know, what I'm saying is your job, your only mission in life, more to me, now this is my opinion, more than you standing quote unquote up for your right, or you making a statement, or you going to, and I'm not saying that this is nothing that he did, but you're going to stand your ground and the police ain't going to do you this way, ain't going to do you that way. Your main mission in life is to make it back home. It's just simple. It's just plain and simple. Now, why he got pulled over, I'm not sure. They said, excuse me, erratic driving. That's what they said, erratic driving. There you go. THD, get home alive. And from my understanding, he wasn't but a few houses or blocks away from his home. Marvin Fleming, what's going on, man? Listen, let me know. Marvin, type in city and state where you're tuning in from. Type in city and state where you're tuning in. Let me know if y'all agree or disagree, because I don't want nobody to think that I'm saying what he did caused his death. That is definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is exactly what THD said. Your only mission when you leave the house is to get back to the house alive. Now, just from watching a lot of videos, when police come up to the windows or police pull you over, there are a group of people who do amendments. They call themselves the First Amendment right police or whatever. So they ride around and they go into stores. They go into state buildings. Marvin's tuning in from East, so thank you, brother. And they do things within their rights to the First Amendment. They have this, you know, when they get pulled over, I have a right. I don't have to do that. You can't detain me. Why are you detaining me? It has become, I'm not saying in this brother's defense or non-defense, I'm not saying this is what he did, but how many of y'all type in one if you have seen videos of more often when people getting pulled over by the police now, it's a debate. Why are you pulling me over? I don't have to pull over. This is an unlawful pullover. I don't have to give you my ID. I don't do this. I don't do that. Why are you pulling me over? This is violating my civil rights. I have the right to do this. Bring me a white shirt. Listen, whatever, right? It's become more of a norm, I believe, because you actually have people who study law and they go out and they call it First Amendment audit. That's what they do. Y'all look it up. First Amendment audit. They just go around, they cause trouble. Well, they get in situations where the police have to be called on them. But the police have to stay because there's a lot of cameras and they're talking about the First Amendment rights and what they can or can't do, blah, 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 blah. And Gregory, you tapping on something. Hold up, Gregory. Wait a minute. Hold up, Gregory. I'm getting there. And I'm gonna post your comment, Gregory. Hold up. Okay. So what's happening is everyone thinks, and y'all and guys, I want to take this break real quick to thank my beautiful, lovely wife Javisha Mickens, Mrs. CEO. Y'all know there's a segment in every show where she comes in and brings me my coffee. This segment is brought to you by my wife, who is the sole heir proprietor of Hell Hot Coffee. There ain't no coffee in hell hotter than the coffee that my wife brings me. Let me see if she's trying to burn my lips this morning. Let's see. Oh, she on point this morning. She loved me this morning, guys. Thanks, honey. Yeah, thank you. But yeah. It has become a proven time of moment. And listen, some of you on here may be like, well, we have the right to stand up and do what we do. Yes, you do. But you have the right to make it home alive. Let me get to this right here. Cheryl says, I tell my children, if when they get pulled over, let all the windows down and keep both hands on the steering wheel. My daughter got pulled over at night heading back to college a few months ago, and she remembered to do just that. Simple, and awesome instructions from a mother to a daughter. Okay, getting pulled over can be strenuous. But what's happening now, everybody immediately want to get their phones out. Everybody immediately want to make a point. Listen, I have my daughter has probably, she is very challenging to say the least. My daughter has, the, I don't want to say the attitude or the mindset about, which is a good thing. Nobody's going to talk to her any kind of way. Nobody's going to do. I think a lot of people have that. But see, me and my wife always say, now she ain't never disrespected no adult, no authority figure. But as a parent, for my daughter and my son, for your daughters and your son, my first inclination is, baby girl, son, I don't care if you didn't do what they said you do. Your only job is to get back to the house. Because our fear was always the white man pulling us over, the white man killing us, the white man beating us, the white man. Now listen, this is where we're going into Brother Gregory Chaffin Sr.'s comment. Listen, he said, but it's not for our black officers to do such a terrible thing like that. Just another breakdown in our black community. Listen, I told my wife yesterday, more often than not, you'll be surprised of how many the black police are doing this to our own people. And I'm going to take a sip of coffee off of that. And this is in honor of Dr. R. Reese, with Dr. Reese. For those of you in the E2M program, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Again, now, I'm not saying what he did was wrong. I'm not saying what he did was right. Because the only video we see as of far is when he finally stopped the car and the cops was belligerent, cussing him out, get the F out the car. We're going to shoot you. We're going to do this. Now, Sandra, thank you. Thank you from Hopkins, tuning in from Hopkins. Hopkins is really filling up the place today. Listen, Cheryl said it. I love this right here. I'm going to go back to Cheryl's comment. When you get pulled over, and it's not being less of a man, Shelby Brown. What's going on, Shelby? What's going on, my brother? It's not being Tina Tippins. What's going on? It's not being a less of a man or a woman that when you get pulled over. Okay, I need to get my man Eric in here too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if he when you get pulled over, best thing that you can do is you could just go ahead on and just go ahead on and wind the windows down. Don't worry about. Listen, first of all, if you get pulled over, try to pull over into a lighter area. Just pull it, even if it's a business or whatever. But when you pull over, it is not your job and duty to argue or debate or make a point with the police. I'm not saying nothing he did or anybody who got beat up or violated was wrong. But what I'm going to tell you, what I want you to do, what I want my daughter to do, what I want my son is put your hands on the steering wheel. Already have everything that you know they're going to ask for accessible to you. Okay? You know they're going to ask for license and registrations. Do you have any weapons in the car? Can I search this car? Blah, blah, blah. Now, listen, we can If you don't have nothing in the car, just even if, because like I said, so many of these videos that people know you can't search my car, you don't have the right to search my car, my First Amendment right. I get it. I get it. But remember, during these conversations, you dealing with either somebody who is not professional or whoever they pulled over before might have cussed them out, spit on them, or what, not giving the police a break, not giving them a reason to do what they do. Okay? What I'm saying is, y'all better have these conversations, even with your adult kids. When you get pulled over, you don't have to prove a point to no cop. You don't have to prove a point. Put your hands on the stick, have your stuff already accessible. Ain't nobody say you got to say, yes, master, sir. No, master, sir. Oh, I'm just headed en route to home. No, yes. No. I didn't realize I was speeding. My apologies. Here's my license and registration. You know, yes. Well, we're going to ask you to get out the car. Okay. Now, here we go. They're asking you to get out the car. Why do I have to get out the car? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? And I'm not saying that the young man put himself in a bad situation. But what I'm saying is your job as a man, as a woman, as a child is to get your behind back home. What's going on? I see Justin Mickens is watching. Thanks for tuning in, Justin. I tell my daughter, because my daughter, listen, I understand. Now, again, let me repeat. I'm not saying the young man was wrong or right in what he did. Now, I can say that the actions that the police done was wrong. They went way overboard. And I'm going to talk about this here. We need to tell our children, listen, Cheryl got it down pat. Let the windows down, keep both hands on the steering wheel, put your phone down. Don't even worry about the phone, because your only job is not to prove the police wrong. It's not to get the video footage. If anything, put your phone on the, everybody got a place to hold the phone. If you want to film something so bad, put the camera on and just leave the phone alone. Okay, and listen, put your hands on us to have everything accessible, because listen, whatever point you want to prove, my brothers and sisters, whatever, and I'm not saying this is what happened to TYRE, but there is nothing more important than him getting back home. Simple. The thing that happened with George Floyd, listen, everything that happened, all the stuff that happened. Now, everybody know the people that dealt with George Floyd, they was wrong. George Floyd complied. The knee in the neck took him out. Now, people want to say, well, the stuff that he did beforehand led up to what happened, as far as he was trying to get rid of illegal fake money, whatever. Listen, all this stuff. People can march. They can remember your name. But I guarantee you, George Floyd's family would rather have him living and alive than to remember every year around about whatever time it happened, he was brutally murdered. So 2 things I want to point out. Don't put yourself in a position that leads you up to law enforcement being called. And the other thing, if law enforcement is called in a situation, your only mission is to be compliant and to live and to get back home. I know somebody saying, yeah, but he shouldn't say, yeah, listen, I get it. Cheryl goes on to say, plus, she keeps her insurance registration information above her visor, all that with her license were out when the state trooper got her to her car. All right. Lisa said, sorry, but I have to disagree with that one, Mr. Chapman. The black ones are who we have to worry about most of the time. Let me go back to his comments so I can make sure I didn't. I think what he said, but it's not known. What he was saying is, I believe that we would have never thought, because I don't think he giving them praise. He just said, hey, I never would have thought, especially in the day of era after the George Floyd thing, that our people, because what they was doing looked like they were used to doing it. Am I right? They looked like they was used to, look like, hey, heck, they wouldn't worry about their body cam. They know cameras everywhere. Because when the scene of the crime happens, the first thing that they do is, well, police, they gonna police each other. They gonna make sure they store right. But they looking at homes, they looking at ring camera. They going to your house, ma'am. We want to know if, ma'am or sir, if you have a ring camera, if you have any footage or you caught anything that's going by. They looking at cameras on the pole. They looking at all this type of stuff. I think more or less he was saying it was a disappointment. Okay, but Lisa says, let me go back to it. The black ones are who we have to worry about most of the time. I told my wife yesterday, I said, you'll be surprised. Some of these brothers, oh my God, they waiting. They want. I had a police that went to our church. I ain't gonna call his name because I don't want to put him out there like that. Well, I can say it. He told me this. He said, Mickens, when I get a call to domestic violence, whether it's to a house or whatever, he said, my blood is already boiling. He said, when I get there, my intentions, he don't care if the perpetrator or whoever is on the front porch, if it really wasn't a brutal, he said his intention is to hurt somebody when he get there. That's what he told me. And he was a police at our church. I was attending. He said, oh, yeah. He told me, oh, somebody going down. I wonder if I can get Justin Rufus in here. Justin Rufus is a let me see. Is he see if I can get him to chime in. Yeah, he said, oh, yeah, somebody. He said, whether you comply or not, somebody going down. That's what he told me. He said, somebody going down, and they going down hard. Now, you're right, Miss Lisa, but all lives matter. Yeah. All lives matter. I'm trying to get my brother Eric in here. Shelby says, "What's going on, Shelby? Shelby, you in the you in law enforcement, Shelby? Let's go, big bro." Lisa said, "Yes," which is why us on the police force need not to conform to the norm. Lisa, I'm gonna tell you what I tell my wife all the time. Our people have a natural disgust and a urge to do us. Listen, you ever seen black people fight any other race and be so at the point where they want to kill and destroy? When we fight each other, oh my God, nobody can pull us off. Nobody, they got to, I'm gonna kill him. I got to, but when we fight white folks, y'all look at some of these videos when we be fighting people. Yeah, search it. We put less energy into fighting every other race. If we knock them out, we just gonna hit them and go on back. Most of the time, when we fighting black on black, even the females down to the men, we trying to take each other. We just got so much aggression. I told my wife, I said, baby, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised. Any little thing and dig this, believe it or not. Now, according to my training, let me get a couple more comments. I feel like all officers need to have psychological evaluation yearly. I can agree with that. Sandra A. Jackson said, I totally agree with you. Okay. Justin, what's going on, bro? Honestly, opinion, black officers getting away with these kind of things, especially, bro, listen, y'all, bro, thanks for tuning in, Justin. I've been saying it. And listen, as well as myself, I know my brother has had a few interactions with the police, okay? He just had a couple of meetings with the police, as well as most young black. I can assure you, my God, if y'all ever hear me, when they be around Leon a lot and they be smiling, them jokers, listen, they can't wait to get a hold of you. And listen, I'm a man. Don't come up to me grabbing my hand and grabbing my wrist. I'm a man. And I noticed something during this Tyrese Nicholas killing. And I told my wife, I said, when you are apprehended by more than one person, you have several people giving you orders. One person, lay down, turn over, get on your back, give me your arm. When they was telling him to turn over, they had one arm pulled out here. It was impossible for him to turn over They had one arm folding him back. I told my wife, now I was in the United States Marine Corps. I had some training of riot control. Now, let me explain this to you folks. This is what police or law enforcement are. They are not taught to come puppy love you when they grab you. In our riot control training or either combat training, once I put my hands on you, the least little flinch, matter of fact, I'm not even giving you the opportunity to flinch. I am taught automatically to inflict pain because I want you to listen to what I say. I'm trying to fold you up. That's what I was taught. When you go in, when you assess the situation, I'm going to inflict pain. But let me tell you the struggle. Let me tell you the disconnect with police and apprehending somebody. Sir, a man or woman's natural inclination or natural response to pain is to get from out of that painful position. Now, I'm going to let y'all think about that. Sip on that right there. And bro, you're right. Listen, black officers been getting away with those kind of things, especially in the black community. Now, y'all can be all pretty on here that, well, I ain't gonna dog out black. Listen, now all black officers ain't like that. But I bet you some black officers that can tell you, well, yeah, it's some of us that I really, yeah, we be doing some crazy stuff. Yeah. Huh? Lisa says, Cheryl Snell is correct. I had to have a conversation with my son and daughter when they started driving. Yeah. Good morning, Tim. What's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Gregory says, you're right. It's not known. Yeah, it's not known. Or better yet, because I'm going to tell you about the black community. We like to keep things hush-hush. That's why some of these people still out here child molesting and raping the daughters and son in the family and stuff. Y'all know Uncle Watermelon been messing with them little children, but because he family, we gonna keep it hush. No. Y'all need to tell on him, send his behind the jail, and let everybody know if you had your children around Uncle Watermelon or either Auntie Orange, you need to ask them, was they touched? Ain't no keeping it silent. I'm trying to get Justin Rufus in here. If I'm not mistaken, he's still Highway Patrol. Okay. Shelby said, I used to be a probation officer, but never patrol. Okay. So Shelby, let's be honest with you, brother. Shelby, did you see excessive force in your probation time? Or you may or may not want to answer that. I don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot. But speak your truth. Tim said, this goes to show that some people don't deserve to be in a position of authority because they can abuse a position. And I'm sorry to say this, but some black people can't handle being in position of authority. Well, I'm with you, Tim. And I know we don't want to make it a black and white thing, but in this situation, it's a people's thing. But it's just so surprisingly, the way that this situation would happen, these black officers had no fear of even, see, this is how I know. I told my wife, I said, this only lets me know one thing. They have done this several times. The person just didn't die. They have done this several times. They had no fear of being, listen, because first of all, they going to get their story together. They know to say, he tried to reach for my gun. He wasn't complying. If you don't comply, we're going to do this. Now, listen, I need some law enforcement help here. I need law enforcement to please talk to us. Now, I'm not saying, again, let me take a sip. The young man, he was in a situation and he was like, y'all doing too much. And they were, he was like, he was calm. Now, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they're trying to say he was under influence or whatever, but whatever. I'm pretty sure, the police was just highly crazy upset. They fought. Now, he gets up and runs. Boom, bam. Somebody may say, well, if he wasn't doing nothing wrong, why did he run? Well, I'm gonna tell you this: when you being inflicted with pain, and I think they say that he was close to home, your first inclination is, Lord, just let me get to the house. Now, I'm not gonna say whether he should have or shouldn't have ran or whatever, because at that point, to me, the tables turn. This is why I get back to the point of when you are pulled over, ladies and gentlemen, if you have some, matter of fact, hands on the steering wheel, you ain't got to prove no point. If you want to film so bad, go ahead and put your phone on video and just set it down. You know what I need, y'all? I need you to get back to the house. I think I seen Justin Rufus is Justin Rufus is in here. All right. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Justin Rufus is in here. Let me get to these comments. Here we go. We need to bring back the black people from the 60s. They got along and stood one for another. Well, I can agree with that. But there were some things that happened in the 60s where black people portrayed each other. Yeah. But I definitely agree with you, Lisa. I definitely agree with you. Okay. Timothy Wesley says this is a prime example of authority abuse. Justin Rufus, I think I did supposed to have you on before, because I know you was telling me something that happened at a graduation, or either you was talking about something that happened at a graduation one time with a lady, and you could have had the choice to arrest her, but you had to use your cooler head bearings to just let the situation. But Jeff, do you have time or the capabilities of coming live right now? If so, I'll send you the link. But if not, Justin, could you give me a assessment? Not no wrong or right, or either you can do a wrong or right. Justin, if I'm not mistaken, he is still in law enforcement. And I do want to have the conversation of what was done wrong or could have been done better, or what should we do? Because I know Justin, if he's still involved in law enforcement, he know what I'm talking about. We got all these First Amendment auditors that's out here. Everybody wants to prove a point. Justin, what is your take on what's going on? Can you come live? If you can, man, I would send you a link and we just had this quick conversation. Or anybody who is involved in law enforcement. We need to talk. Reaction, wrong or right. So now, how do we trust those who are law enforcement, the police, black? There you go. There is a major disconnect. Major disconnect. Shelby says, no, I never had to use excessive force, but it's not a color thing, black, white, brown. They all use it. Yeah. So, well, Shelby, you don't have to answer this. Did you see excessive force and try to intervene? Or, and not saying you personally, but are people afraid or scared to lose their job for trying to stop something that's going on? Because, again, I go back to this, guys. For what those jokers did, that was a Rodney King moment. I'm talking about a punch in the face. I'm talking about clear, lined up. Now, this one particular police officer, I'm talking about, he was like, there was already 3 or 4, 5 people, 3 people at the least on him. He come in and size him up. Then one guy come in with the baton. Did anybody hear anybody say, hey, whoa, man, we got it, man. We got it. Don't listen, man, we got it. When black people get into these high authority positions, they get the big head. And again, I don't want to put so much focus on just the black people, but this is okay. We talking about black folks because black folks are the one that did it. I think it might have been, was there at least one white guy there? I'm not sure, but yeah. We have to trust in the Lord to keep up. Now, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You're right. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thy own understanding. But trust me, what you need to do is comply. I got pulled over one time down in 5 Points. This is probably about 25, 30 years ago. It was me, two other young ladies in the car. I was in the passenger seat. A black girl was driving. I was in the passenger seat, front seat, and there was a white girl in the back, right? We got pulled over in 5 Points. Immediately, when they pulled me over, when I walked, listen, before they even got to the car, my hands was on the dashboard. I was leaning forward, window down. When the police got there, let me tell you what he said. He said, oh, you already know. Because if you ain't had your hands where I needed them to be, there was going to be problems. And he was kind of laughing. I was like, you ain't said nothing. I don't know. I'm going back to the house. Yeah, I'm going back to the house. Too much excessive force on internet. Yes. So there were two white ones. I didn't see the two white ones face on the as far as being indicted. Maybe they was putting the black ones on there because they were because they're black, because they're black on black crime. And this is my point. As much as, listen, I love my family, period. All the way from mom and daddy, brothers, sisters, wife, son, anybody in my family, period. Daughter, cousins, nieces, nephews. If you get pulled over, what I need you to do, family, listen, I love y'all that's tuning into the chat. What I need you to do is to get home. Listen, cry on my shoulder when you get to the house. They pulled you over for nothing. They called you out. Listen, lean on me. Snot my shirt up. Because you standing your ground and proving a point, or nobody going to tell you what to do, or I have my rights, that ain't going to do me or you no good if I'm standing here planning your funeral. I'm not saying nothing that the young man did was right or wrong. But what I am saying is, to every action, there's a reaction. And heat of the moment. This is why it is important to have your own frame of mind, your own peace. You know what? Let's say no, because then that's giving them an excuse. I'm not even going to say that. But in the most of that, what I saw was a gang beating. That's what they did. It was a gang beating. They had no remorse or no concern for this young man. It was only and listen, now, unless I'm mistaken, Justin Rufus, I don't know if you're on here, I don't even know if you're gonna comment or whatever, but just going back to my military training, United States Marine Corps, when we did crowd control, when we was taught crowd, there was no, once I put my hands on you, if we trying to clear a situation, I need you to move. That there was no, once orders was given, once we felt like something was violated, once I reach out and touch, because again, a man or a woman's natural inclination is when somebody touches you, is to pull back, or when you are in pain, is to get from out of that pain. How can you tell me? I was telling my wife, I said, you can put your hands. I have done this before. I had a few interactions with the police before, just a couple. just a couple. I wasn't a bad kid in life, but I had a few interactions with the police. Now, they can tell you, get out the car, turn around, stand up. When they grab you, listen, I have gotten out the car before, leaned over on the car, and put my hands behind my back with my fists clanked together. But you know what they did? They grabbed the wrist and they took it and they bent my arm up. Why do they do this? I don't know. Why? Now, this is what I think. Them jokers looking for you to buck. The first thing that you hear is stop resisting. I ain't resisting, man. I'm hurting. I'm in pain. I'm not resisting you, sir. You are contorting my limbs in a position that is unbearable to me. So when you trying to handcuff me, sir, I'm not resisting, but I am in so much pain. You are. My natural reaction to this pain is to get out of, listen, 9 times out of 10, well, let me just say this. There are a lot of times where people are being arrested and they are fighting the police. Let me just put that out there. They are. They are belligerent. They are disrespectful. They're nasty. They're looking for a fight because they know when they go to jail, they're going to get out on the PR bond or some little small bond. They're going to be out. They're going to go to court. They're going to pay a fine. They known to fight police. Let me tell you something. When they grab you, and listen, if I'm anybody in here that got law enforcement, listen, tune in. Matter of fact, let me tell you what I'm about to do right now. I'm about to do this right now. Anybody that want to chime in, I need you to tap in right now. I need you to tap in. I need you to tap in. Matter of fact, let me find a comment. And I'm going to post it. And let me go back. Jabari, law enforcement needs to reevaluate how they handle human life. Wounding to kill when a person doesn't pose a threat is not the way. As far the person being pulled over needs to de-escalate the situation, know your rights, and don't immediately play victim trying to call. Yeah, there we go. But bottom line, know your rights. Don't immediately play victim, and you don't have to do a YouTube video. You don't, because listen, as many videos as you see people telling the police off, call the white shirt. No, call the white shirt. Get the white. That don't happen as often as you think, ladies and gentlemen. Most of the time, them Joes getting bust up. They getting yanked out the car. And no man wants to be embarrassed in front of his family. I get it. You're gonna yank me out the car in front of my wife, in front of my girl, in front of my kids. Your son and daughter looking at you, and you got this thing where I got to show them how to stand up for their rights. Listen, your obligation is to get you and your kids, even if you have to get, listen, call me, Brother Todd. They did me dirty. I'm embarrassed as a man. Listen, I got some tears and some snot in these nostrils. I need to cry on your I got so much anger right now because I wanted to do something and I couldn't. Call me. Come cry on my shoulder. Or better yet, on your way home, cry, snot, cuss, whatever you got to do, but get home safe. And I'm not saying people, even people who comply get put in a situation and they have got beaten up or lost their life. But listen, do whatever you can do to get back to the house. Let me get some more comments. Shelby, no police officer, one will intervene because they will become an outsider within. See, listen, I love the truth. There's something that Shelby says, let's go, man. Let's go with the truth. My brother telling the truth. They know that once they cross that barrier, they will be looked at as outsiders in their own job, in their own community. Justin Rufus, I need you to speak, sir. I need you to speak, sir. Talk to me, Justin. And Justin, let me say this. This ain't coming in a way of I want you to be proven wrong where you got to stand up for the police officers or the police force or law enforcement and or say who was right or wrong. I just want you to give insight as an officer, just your opinion on what happened or what went on or things that could have changed. So I don't want you to think about getting you on here. I'm gonna try to get you something that's gonna trip you up. Just like Brother Shelby, he just giving answers, or either you can be like, nah, man, I ain't gonna mess with that. I get it. Or we can plan to have an interview and we just go over these questions. Tim says it's getting to a place where folks will be scared of law enforcement because of these events. What happened to the young man and others like George Floyd can happen to anyone. In this day and age, you don't know if getting pulled over by the police would be a peaceful or harmful event. Definitely true. Definitely real talk, Tim. I wonder if any of those officers have sons or daughters. Listen, yeah, they got children. Yeah. Do you know that a lot of these police officers, and listen now, statistically, they abuse their wives or they're abusive at home? Not all. Like Jesse Peterson say, not all, not all, not all. But you know why? I believe because once you get that badge and that gun, and I'm not trying to dog anybody who's a police officer. I have friends that are in law enforcement. But once you get that badge and that gun, there is a immediate. How many of y'all seen some of these police officers and you like, why in the world are you a police officer? You ain't nothing but 98 pounds. You got no muscle tone about you. Most of them, from what I heard, this is some things I heard. Most of them got bullied, and they want to get in a position where now that they have the authority where you have to listen to them. And if you don't comply, first of all, they got somebody that can help them. Second of all, they're going to bust you up. 9 out of 10, when they go to court, they're not getting in trouble. They ready to put something on you. Listen, I said this is not going to be a popular topic today, but we got to talk about this mess, y'all. Carletta Anderson, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Let me see if I missed anybody else. Janice B. Dub, what's going on, Janice? And again, y'all, I'm not, I tagged in 2 people that I noticed in law enforcement, and this is not to attack them, but this is just to get some insight. Because remember, here on the Let's Talk About It podcast, even if, let's say, one of y'all even say, Todd, I think you are completely wrong. What happened was a blah, blah, blah. You know what I would say? Hey, yo, I respect that opinion. Now, the people in the chat, they may challenge it on it, just like Lisa challenged something that Gregory said. But they had a clear understanding. This ain't nothing to be, but everything that everybody's saying thus far is true. My main point is, you think you ain't got to have this conversation with your family? Adults, not just your kids. When you get pulled over, have your stuff ready. If they ask you to get out of the car, you listen. What? Tell you what, the first thing you need to do. I know everybody wants to call your white shirt. White shirt is supposed to be the supervisor. Call your sergeant, whoever. Lisa said they won't. Yes. Wendy said you're so right. Gregory says anytime something like this keeps going on, sometimes they refer to training or retraining. So what is the proper training to make it right for the police and for us? Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, they ain't changing no training. They no. What they listen. Now I'm just going back from my experience in military. And a lot of things that the police do now, they start wearing tactical gear to keep people in fear. Right? Police officers ain't used to wear all this tactical gear. Maybe the special forces people like the SWAT did, but now the regular police officers, they got on Kevlar, they got all the vests, they got all the straps. It's to keep you in fear. The training, listen, once me hand got on you, and this is in crowd control, I can only imagine. Now, listen, I'm not going to act like the police don't have a dangerous job. I'm not going to act like they have some people that's but my main point, guys, get back to the house. Whatever this young man did or didn't do when he took flight and started running, listen, because to me, at that point, I believe getting out now, then another thing. How in the world, what kind of training you got, ma'am or sir? Is 3 or 4 of y'all holding one man down? And I know they say sometimes when these people be under the influence of drugs, and they're not saying, I don't think that they're saying that he was, that they are strong and powerful. What type of training you got? Where 3 of y'all can't hold one man down. That's why I say the training is out there with it. There ain't no training. What in the heck training you got? Where you, I saw my daddy, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. What in the heck training you got where you and 3 other people can't hold one person down? Y'all done kick him. Y'all done punch him in the face. Y'all done fold his arm up. And you mad because you can't run 20 yards. You can't chase him. Y'all ain't gonna like me today. I ain't care. Who can you trust if you can't trust the man in blue? And I'm going to go back to something that Justin said, my brother Justin said earlier. It's been going on in the black community. This is not the first time. I told my wife, I said, look at the actions that they did. They did it with no remorse or no fear of cameras, period. If this young man hadn't died, we wouldn't have seen this video, I don't think. They were called the Scorpion Unit. The Scorpion Unit. The Brotherhood. It's a game. Now, again, anybody on here who in law enforcement, you may want to say, hey, brother, but listen, I'm going to tell you, I got friends that are in law enforcement. And I can have this conversation with, hey, brother, you need to, not in a forceful way like it's their fault. Because I don't think those who I know personally do those type of stuff. But I can't say in the heat of the moment they will or they won't, because I don't know. But what I do know is those actions that was taken was actions that was done before. And yes, it's a proven fact. A lot of law enforcement, they are abusive at home. You ever been in a store with an undercover, not an undercover, but an off-duty police officer? These jokers, they be on duty or off duty, which I get it. You're a police officer 100% of the day. They is looking to bust you up. Looking to bust you up. Some, not all. Like Jesse Peterson say, not all. But we have a responsibility to get home. Ladies and gentlemen, let me see what y'all saying up in here, because I can't. Let's see. 5 black cops. Excuse me. Listen, anybody who chiming in, please, city and state where you're from. And if I mess your name up, please forgive me. Negus Alfredo Nidol. Negus Alfredo Nidol says 5 black cops. That's important, guys. I don't care if it was some other white cops. That's important. Shelby says, once you become an outsider in a department, no one will back you up or come to your aid. So most officers just will stand there and allow the excessive force. Now, they said also, this is an awesome point. Thank you, Shelby, that they are charging the EMS and firefighters who stand. Why do you think the EMS and firefighters didn't do nothing? If this is true, why do you think that they didn't do nothing? And I ain't saying that they shouldn't have did that, but why? Them jokers know. Because when EMS go places and these people high on drugs and they get the bucking and acting crazy and fighting them, who they calling? They calling backup, which is the police. They know if they had to intervene, if they had to go touch that man and try to get him right. But first of all, their first inclination is to think that when we saying we heard of something, that we lying. Or ain't nothing wrong with him. Or he good. Let him bleed. Let him cough. He'll be all right. You know what needs to happen? They need to put video cameras in these ambulance. In the ambulance. Y'all ain't gonna like me today. They need to put cameras in the ambulance. The EMS need to wear videos. I bet if EMS was sitting over there saying itself, even if you wanted to intervene once you got there, what are you gonna do to the big brother, to the police who supposed to protect you when you? Because I'm pretty sure those police officers and EMS, they probably see each other at least once or twice a day. Sandra says, just comply and listen. If you think the police done wrong, that's why we had courts and lawyers for it. Just get home and say, yeah. And listen, not saying that those who have complied and listened haven't got done wrong also. But you have a better chance. Again, I am not saying what this young man did was wrong or caused his death. Surely what the police did caused his death. Now, we can get all excited and say what they got. Now, I'm just thinking because they mostly black, they gonna make an example out of them. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised or disappointed if nothing happens. Don't be surprised or disappointed if nothing happens. Because you know what we're going to do if nothing happens? We're going to march. We're going to burn up a couple of buildings. We're going to break some windows. And then we're going right back to the same thing. Here we go. 5 black cops operated out of self-hate like black males is known for in Denmark, Sweden, Norway. Thanks. Cynthia G is right. You sound like an immature male, just like the 5 black cops. I don't know exactly where Cynthia G said something. I need to make sure that I meant something from Cynthia G. And I'm not sure where you're going with this particular comment. Yeah, where you going with? Let me see what we're going with. You talk like a baby, and I'm entry immigrant born Danish resident. Okay. I am more mature. Listen, I don't know where Negos Alfredo than all. You gonna have to. I don't know if you saying, and if you're saying I'm right or wrong, I would rather you just say that I'm right or wrong because I don't understand exactly what you're saying. Whether you're agreeing with somebody or you're disagreeing, the part about you talk like a baby and I am something. Let's see, struggling, dusty, Negro bandit, man, black men hate black men. Okay. Yeah, let me get this comment off here because I really don't understand where you're coming from. And it's okay if you want to say I'm whatever or somebody in here, but let's make sure your statement is clear so that we can address you or we can address whoever, because I'm kind of lost on where you're going with the conversation. Okay. Justin said, how do I get on? I'm about to send you an invite, Justin. Justin Rufus, I'm about to send you an invite. I'm about to send you an invite, Justin. After this thing logs on, it's taking forever to log on, and I'm going to see. Let's see. Let me do this. Let me go here. Let me go here. Justin Rufus. Okay, here we go. About to bring you on, man. And what I'm gonna do is, I think, let's see. Hey, check your link, Justin. Check your link. Check your Facebook Messenger, Justin. Check your Facebook Messenger. And I got you. I'm trying to get you on. Check your Facebook Messenger. Wendy Louise, it's a shame how everyone is treated by law enforcement. Get bashed knowing. Yes. And niggas, wait a minute. I think I see where niggas is coming from. Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, and you tuning in from okay. I see where you coming from. I don't know if you're trying to troll or you really trying to get out a point. But either way, I entertain you. I entertain you. Reverend ABC, good morning. What's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Jabari says, when they pulled up, I heard them call him nothing but derogatory names and using foul language as if he was less than a human. They didn't use sir, please, etc. Then after they mobbed him, they had a full-blown conversation bragging about what they did. Like that's because it's something that they're used to, Jabari. It is nothing that is not they wasn't used to doing. Yeah, Justin Rufus, I got you on. Check your link, Justin. Hey, bro, don't worry, don't worry about it, Justin. Bro, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Yeah. I don't know who niggas is, but I think it's a troll account. Y'all see my brother said, pump your brakes. Yeah, he listen, if he comes with some common sense, even if he disagrees, whatever will be. Y'all listen, I got Justin Rufus in the house. Listen, I want my brother. Don't worry about it, Justin Mickens. I got him, man. Yeah, brother said pump your brakes. But listen, guys, coming in, you have I have a hacker. That's what it is. I see I got a hacker, guys. So I'm not going to entertain him anymore. One last comment before I pull up Justin Rufus. Our constitutional laws and rights were put in place to protect us, people, to provide a safety environment, but those laws and our rights are not working for our black and white community. Thank you, brother. Great. Listen, without further ado, let's give it up for my brother, Mr. Justin Rufus. Justin Rufus, man, what is going on, man?
What's up?
Listen, first of all, tell the people who you are and your occupation.
I'm Justin Rufus, born and raised in Remnant, South Carolina, Sumter County community. I am 12 years law enforcement.
12 years law enforcement. Now, we were supposed to have, I know we talked about it once before, you coming on and talking about some other stuff that was happening, but let's just get straight through it.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective, I have a friend of mine, and I want to pull up his comment. This right here. You know if you can see it. Once you become an outsider in a department, no one would back you up or come to your aid. So most officers just would stand there and allow excessive force. Now, you don't have to answer this, or you can, but have you seen excessive force and kind of like, I don't want to say turn the other cheek, or you had to try to intervene, or do you know a situation where people are afraid to say something because they have to protect their, I guess their protection, because those out there are your brothers,
right?
And you don't just go ahead. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I kind of get where you're going. I've seen excessive force, and I have not in my time. I haven't seen anybody. That doesn't happen as often as everybody thinks it does. As far as like the not telling of what happens. Why? Because one, we wear body cameras for one, and I know like take for most of your apartments, they have internal affairs and stuff like that who reviews that body camera footage on a daily basis, and to make sure a lot of these when those reports and stuff come in, they pull that body camera footage. So even if you don't tell, even if somebody who was there does not tell, the body camera does tell. So so that's a lot that not telling and not getting in trouble, that doesn't happen as often as people think. I know a lot of officers who have gotten fired for excessive force. It just because it don't hit the news and stuff like that, it don't hit the news and stuff. A lot of people think that it just don't. Or it's being pushed under the rug. But I know a lot of us that have been fired, that has their certification pulled, things of that nature. Just for that excessive force aspect of it. So, that's a big no. And man, just this what happened to the guy in Memphis. It just and I hate that we even having to have this discussion, and pretty much defend the profession of law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of gives the 96% of us who really love the profession and trying to do it, trying to hold it up to a high standard, it gives us the bad name. So
yeah. First, again, appreciate you coming on.
Yes,
and
sir.
If I'm not mistaken, I did see tell Mrs. Rufus, please forgive us for interrupting y'all morning. Good morning, Miss Rufus. I don't know if y'all got your coffee and your bacon going on this morning, but Mrs. Rufus, good morning. Thanks for allowing Mr. Rufus to entertain us this morning.
We were just about to get right. You know us, we church musicians, so we gotta get there for sound check and all that. So So yeah, she said, you got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, appreciate it. Listen, man. What, since you got to go, I know you got to go. What advice would you give to, and like I said, I would love to bring you back and we just have a more in-depth, where you have time to talk how you feel. What advice would you give to any young man or young woman if and when getting approached or pulled over by law enforcement? Cheryl said earlier, she told her daughter, do this, do that, do this. Because now, am I right about this? There is a new wave, a generation of the First Amendment audit people now.
Definitely those. Yeah.
Okay, now from your point of view, because I might not explain it right, could you explain what these First Amendment audit people do?
They're your First Amendment, deals with freedom of speech, all that good stuff, and they pretty much just come. And honestly, I'm just trying to be as blunt as I can. They really just come in to test and see what as far as the First Amendment goes. You know what I'm saying? So they go, and they know that they can be in certain places, that know that they can say certain things or they can do certain things, and they try to to me, a lot of them are trying to provoke law enforcement to act in a certain way to get a reaction out of law enforcement.
Yes.
I remember I didn't have a direct encounter with them, but they did come where we work. So and they, all of the chiefs and the sheriffs and everybody, they're pretty much telling their people, hey, listen, if you come in contact with one of them, try to stay as calm as possible. Just let them do what they got to do. Because you don't need a situation like this getting on the news, and you know what I'm saying, and the situation going bad. So yeah, so a lot, they out there and they trying to pretty much discredit the police. So we got to make sure we stay on our P's and Q's as far as law enforcement is concerned, and make sure that we ain't overstepping our boundaries as it pertains to them.
Let me ask you 2 more questions. Do you think that the influx of video footage of these First Amendment audits of people who they stand in their rights when the police come to the car and they are quote unquote winning the conversation, where they cussing the police out and the white shirt comes, which is most of the time your superior officer that day, and they are winning? Do you think a lot of people think that every time that they get pulled over, that's going to be their situation where they can pull their camera out and they can, I ain't going to do this or whatever? Do you think that?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Just in social media and YouTube and all that good stuff has really put, a lot of people in bad positions, and the crazy part is, I don't mind them doing that, you know what I'm saying, which is cool, as far as, recording and, doing that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? We live in that age now, but I do feel that it is beneficial to you as the civilian to know your rights anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you have that camera, if you still don't know your rights, you still behind the 8 ball. You know what I mean? So, and I try to give a lot of these young, especially the young black men, I give them free game. A lot of people don't know that, the aroma of marijuana is probable cause for a law enforcement official to search your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Just by having the aroma, you could have smoked it yesterday or whatever the case might be. But because I smell marijuana in your vehicle, now I have probable cause to search your whole vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just stuff like that a lot of people don't know. You know what I mean? And then, you can pull out your phone, you can do this, you can do that, you can ask for a supervisor, you can ask, you know what I'm saying? You can do all that stuff, but if you still don't know the laws if you still don't know what protects you as a citizen, if you still don't know these things, and you still don't know what law enforcement has the ability to do in certain situations, the camera ain't gonna do you no good, you know.
Right.
So
let me ask you a question, and we're gonna let you go because you ain't gonna tell Mrs. Rufus it was my fault. Nah, baby, it wasn't me, baby. It was fine. He wouldn't let me go.
yeah, the kids getting running around right now. We got
Yeah. Yeah, you know you're supposed to help me with these kids. You on it. Listen. As a law enforcement officer, what advice when you pull somebody over? What would you like to see from a person when you are approaching their vehicle? What's just a go-to thing that you feel comfortable as a law enforcement officer, and as well where, because as you want them to feel comfortable with, what should they have ready? What should they do? Just give me that where you just pull me over, you running my tags, and now you coming up to the car. What should I be doing?
You know, especially for, you know, I try to tell a lot of women this as well. You know, try to have your registration and your license and stuff in a place where you don't have to reach way across the car to get it. Or you know, just in a place where, you know, I see this one guy I follow on social media. He has this thing around his neck to where he can just pull something. He can pull that one thing out and just give everything to the police officer right then. Also, you know, a big thing is with law enforcement is, you know, just being able to see your hands. Just being able to see your hands, you know what I'm saying? Just keep your hands on the steering wheel, keep them in a place where you can see them, you know what I'm saying? I know you got like military background and stuff like that, you know. I don't care whether you military, police, whatever. The first thing they teach you is, especially in combat situations, is, you know, you got to see where the hands are, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things. Just make sure you keep those hands on the steering wheel in a place where the law enforcement official can see them. You know, I see some people, you know, just automatically stick their hands out of the window, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You ain't got to go OD like that most of the time, but, you know, like I said, if you keep your hands with it, and then tell the officer what you're getting ready to do. So that 9 times out of 10, when they approach the vehicle, and they'll be like, hey, I'm Sergeant Rufus from so-and-so, whatever it is. I'll stop you today because of this situation. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance on you. So then at that point, say, listen, I do have my license, registration, proof of insurance. My license is in my left pocket. My registration is in my glove box. Do you mind if I reach for those items right now? That gives the officer the opportunity to know, all right, this is what's getting ready to happen, versus you making a move and saying, oh, I'm getting ready, let me get my license out of the registration or something, like I'm out of the glove box. And now you going to the glove box. 9 times out of 10, whether you on the street, you the police or preacher or a pimp, whatever, you already know that the gun the gun 9 times out of 10 is in the glove box, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just certain stuff like that we gotta, you know, just be conscious of, you know what I'm saying? And as law enforcement, you know, that our main thing is, you know, we say before, when we go 1041 on the radio every day, that means we're going to work. Whenever we go 1041 on the radio, our main objective is to go back home to our families. So, you know, we just want to make sure that, you know, we doing whatever we doing to maintain safety and make sure we good to go.
All right. Is it safe to say, I know from my experience from crowd control and military combat, that there is not any real training as far as when I'm apprehending somebody to be light with them? Your main goal is to take
the gain control. Control. And 9 times out of 10, you know, when you go hands on, you know, whether like I said, whether you the police, whether you're a street fighter, whoever, 9 times out of 10, when you go hands on with somebody, you already know that the fight's on. It ain't gonna be no, hey, you know, not to, if it's already done reached that level, you already know, like, this is what it got to be. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just, you know, this whole, that's it. We definitely you got to bring it back on, man, so we can talk about all this, man. I would listen, man.
Hey, before you go, tell the people, because you have 2 other talents that I want you to announce. I know you got your band. I know you got your imp. So just tell us that spiel, and then I'm gonna let you go.
Man, y'all can follow me on social media, man. I'm Justin Rufus on Facebook, Mr. Live in the Flesh on Instagram, TikTok, and all that good stuff. Like I said, I got the Live in the Flesh Experience band. If y'all ain't got nothing to do, we're gonna be in something tonight at venue 118 at Jeffrey Lampkin's venue. Okay. So if you ain't got nothing to do, at 6 o'clock, we're gonna be down there. And like I say, man, I'm hosting and doing, Miss Cheryl. So so we that's pretty much it, man. After that, other than that, I'm just being, husband and daddy.
Well, listen here, man. Listen again, Mrs. Rufus. I didn't tell him to come on here, Miss Rufus.
Yes,
All right, listen.
Yes,
he need to help you. He need to help you do those chores around the house. Get off my live, Rufus. Get off.
I'm going right now, doctor. How I end this thing, man? Just get off.
Yeah, just get off. Hey, man, appreciate you, love you, brother.
Yes, I love you, man.
All right, guys, that was a good brother, Justin Rufus, in law enforcement. Again, we got some more comments. Wendy said, even if you comply, they will find a way. She said, yes, that's the truth. Jabari said we need, and yeah, please forgive me. We were supposed to do this, Justin. I had talked to him when the George Floyd thing happened, and we wanted to get some things going on. Cheryl said he would be he just told you he'll be down in Sumter at Jeffrey Lanklin's spot. She said plus the two of you will be working together. Yeah, we will be working together on the 25th at Cheryl Snell's 10th anniversary. She will be having her awesome program with I think I got that video footage. I'm gonna try to pull it up. What comes first, your ID or the reason why they stop you? Well, I'm gonna say this, Cedric. What comes first in my book is to already have your ID and stuff just ready. Just go. Me personally, I say have your stuff ready, regardless of what once you know they pull you over. And matter of fact, I got to do better with this. I need to have all my license, insurance, registration, and stuff. By the time they get to the car, I need to be able to, within 5 seconds, open the glove compartment, go to my visor, and just go ahead and have it, put it on the dash or whatever. Because, again, the point that I want to get to everybody is let's get back to the house. If you get disrespected or whatever, go file a report, call me, cuss at me. Them son of a guns did this to you. They did that. They disrespected me. Every pastor, what's going on, man? This is my good. I tell you, I got law enforcement friends. We get him on discuss that. Everett is a good. I ain't gonna tell y'all all of his talents because I need to hold some of that information to myself. Good morning, my good brother. I guess you know what the topic is of the day, man. We was talking about the Memphis police brutal beating and murder of TYRE Nicholas. But like I said, now if you want to come on, sir, and speak on it, give your opinion, then just say yes, and I'll send you the link. But if not, man, hey, I appreciate you for coming on. I know it might be kind of late, but we can have this conversation late. And Eric, you state trooper or Eric said it was a horrible event that shamed us all. Okay, yeah. More or less, like you said, it was you in law enforcement. Oh, this doggone, I don't know what's going on here. But y'all stay on. I got to get the camera back going. Don't worry about it. I'm about to fix this right here. I don't know why I keep doing that, but we're back. We are back. So, guys, listen, man. Again, I see Jameson Randolph tuning in. Dr. Reese, what's going on, Dr. Reese? You know what? I think it would be awesome if I could get a conversation from, which I probably need to definitely set this up, from Dr. Reese on, just from the outside looking in, evaluating what I guess the mindset or just processing from what we saw, things that was going on. For those of you who don't know Dr. Reese, she is a wonderful person. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just tell you what, Dr. Reese, just type her in on Facebook and you'll see her Facebook page. And because if you're not really into the E2M program, you might not know exactly what I'm talking about. But she does way more than E2M as far as she's our therapist. She's our she's our hey, Dr. Reezy, cup of coffee. Yeah. But yeah, Everett was an E2M family member of mine. He's a state trooper, and I'm pretty sure he could tell us some things that could help us in the situation. But he even said it was a horrible event that shamed us all. So guys, girls, men, women, boys, listen. The discussion is about the Memphis police killing of Tyrese Nicholas. I'm not gonna say anything that Tyrese did was wrong or right or caused his death. What I'm gonna tell y'all is your main purpose, ladies and gentlemen, is to please get back to the house. You have no point to prove to nobody. I believe in standing up for your rights. I believe in knowing your rights. I believe in all this stuff. But in the midst of all these things, know that your mother and your father would greatly more appreciate you getting back to the house than you being identified, and once a year everybody remembering your name on a specific date. Okay. So again, Dr. Reese, thanks for tuning in. Jameson Randolph, thanks for tuning in. And my good brother, State Trooper Everett Patterson, thanks. Justin Rufus for chiming in. He's law enforcement as well. And for those of you who are still in here, thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to get ready to bring this part of the show to a close. I need to try to find a video. Matter of fact, let me do this right here. Let me bring this video in here, and we're getting ready to close it down for the day. Let me pause this right quick, and I'm gonna find it. Let me find it. Y'all excuse me, please. I need to. All right, here we go. Let's get about right here. Let me. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Saturday, February 25th. It's the 10th anniversary of C-Snell
Productions
at Brooklyn Baptist Church, 1050 Sunset Boulevard in West Columbia, featuring C.C. Williams and the Spiritual QCs, son of the late great Lee Williams. His first time here in Columbia. Let's have the gospel legends, Skylar Patterson and Predestined, the Sonny Brown Experience, Flossie Boyd Johnson and Faber, Blessed, the Gospel Originals, and the Harmonizing Six. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. VIP tickets are $35. Get your tickets from Midlands PCS, New York High Style, and Bishop J.K. Jefferson. For more info, call 803-479-5489. The 10th anniversary of C-Snell Productions, sponsored by the Shad Law Firm, Timmons Contracting Inc., Connecting Elements, and Pink Butterfly Salon.
Y'all, these are all sponsors and supporters of the show. Now let me find. Y'all, excuse me. I want right here. We are having the second annual Community Male Chorus Concert today, January 29th. They will be taking donations to raise funds for the Daisy Mae Johnson Educational Scholarship Foundation today at 3:00 down at Mount Moriah Baptist Church. Any questions or for information, contact Timothy G at 803-351-4922. This is a concert, male chorus concert put on by brother. He's bringing the community together at the hour of 3:00, and would probably be, to tell you the truth, would probably be out by 4. He normally has an awesome straight to the point program, and this is to help raise funds for the Daisy Mae Johnson Educational Scholarship Program today at 3 o'clock. So please come out. Second annual Community Male Chorus Concert. Where? At Mount Moriah Baptist Church down there in Hopkins. Down there in Hopkins. Now let me do one more. I think I need to do this one for yeah. A little bit more. All right, let's go.
I know y'all saw the demonstration. It's a grade A diaper. The
Brother
old
Mikhail, what's going
competitors, they all failed. The second, third, and fourth place. The number one brand was this cute Leaf diaper. Yep, this cute Leaf diaper right here. But what blows me away about it is you get this 50 pack for $12.99. All sizes, 0 through 5 for $12.99. And if you're in the metro area, they'll deliver it to you. Same day delivery, but you gotta be buying 2 packs. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Just pick up the phone, call the number, Discount Diaper World. And I'm gonna put a pep on you too, Pablo.
All right. Yeah, those are supporters, advertising on the show. That was a C-Snail Production. She's a supporter of the show. Discount Diaper Worlds are supporters of the show. Midlands PCS is supporters of the show. And we have other supporters as well. Thank y'all for y'all support. Listen, down at the bottom, if y'all enjoy these conversations, y'all see down at the bottom, there are different ways to donate. So that we can continue not only to have the podcast, but to have the TV show. I have a TV show that comes on every Sunday morning at the hour of 6:30 a.m. every Sunday morning. Okay. And this is where I am the CEO, Brother Todd Mickens of this show. Matter of fact, this is the TV show right here that comes on every Sunday morning. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Right. Now, again, guys, I thank y'all so very much. And I'm going to ask again. The Bible says we have not because we ask not. I'm going to ask y'all to be a supporter of this program. Yeah, listen, y'all can't tell me we didn't have a good discussion today. Listen, and listen, let me go back to this person here who I kind of listen. I feel honored. I feel honored that I have a troll. Listen, somebody wanted to come to the account and troll and probably wanted attention. I just realized, looking at the name, what's going on, and thanks, Cheryl, for even recognizing that as a hacker. And I feel honored also that even in the midst of this person, I'm not even going to mention their name, but hey, if you think enough to try to troll this account, then that means people are watching. And listen, I appreciate it. I accept all, but you don't have to come over here and try to discredit or talk about or say off the wall. If you agree or disagree with what I'm saying, it's as simple as saying, brother, I don't agree with you. We don't have to down talk. Listen, my viewers, my chatters, when I'm wrong or they think I'm wrong, they just say, no, brother Todd, I don't agree with you. And then we talk about it. We don't have to say crazy stuff. But I'm also thankful that let me find a comment. Let me find it. My brother stepped in and said, pump your brakes. You just letting them know, hey, yo, this ain't that type of party. But like I said, man, we ain't even got to worry about that, man. He whoever that dude is or whoever, listen, thank you for trolling show. Bring some more trolls over, because you ain't doing nothing but bring attention to the show and the program. But listen, guys, back to it. The Bible said we have not because we ask not. And I ask that y'all listen, be a blessing to the show. We had a great show. We had on the awesome guest, Justin Rufus, law enforcement. We had and he broke a lot of things down to us. And he educated me. And like Brother Jabari says, as well as others, he needs to give us some 101, law enforcement approachability 101. We need to have these conversations, guys. We are never too old or know too much not to get more knowledge or understanding about a situation. If you enjoy the show, listen, go to $EARLYMORNIG, praise, $early morning praise to the Cash App. If you don't have if you don't use Cash App, go to Zelle, Matthew Todd Mickens at yahoo.com. We will have Venmo and PayPal accounts up soon, so that you can give as well. And for those of you who like to do it by check or money order, I do have friends who don't do the Cash App, they don't do the Zelle, they don't do Venmo, they don't do PayPal. They just old school. They do money orders and they do checks. But I don't want no check, you know. And listen, whatever you make those, make it up to early morning praise, not the Todd Mickens. Make it to early morning praise. All proceeds, all blessings, all donations go towards this show and to my staff. Listen, all effects that you see, all the things. My wife, she takes the time and go through and she gets all this stuff and programs it together. My backdrop that y'all see, she does. All the programming for the TV show, she does for me. So and listen, all funds, just like the operation of the church, it goes towards the continuation of the software. We have to keep up to date. We have to keep bringing y'all new stuff because y'all don't want to, you know. Y'all see how my wife changed the game. When she changed the game up with the designs and all the stuff, she got me clicking and clacking all over the place because when she changed up the game, I got to change up my game. Right, William Phelps, one of my longtime supporters. What's going on, brother Phelps? Longtime supporter, been supporting way before the show got even a smudge of popularity. And again, this show, ladies and gentlemen, reaches 3,000 to 5,000 people every Sunday. If you have a business or you have some type of advertising, we have advertised as far as Charlotte. We have advertised as far as reaching, as far as the local community, all the way down to the lower state. So you have, and like I said, Discount Diaper World is one of our main supporters of the show as well. And let me make sure I catch everybody here. We already got the different ways to donate. Let me get back to that. Where we at? Y'all please excuse me. Listen, advertise your business or your events here. Advertise or either just donate, please. Urban Randolph, what's going on? Craig Stoops, what's going on, man? Good to see you, Craig. So please, y'all, your donation and your contributions are greatly appreciated. Okay, and as you know, today we talked about the Memphis police beating and killing of Tyre Nicholas, and we had some law enforcement individuals that came on and spoke and or commented. And remember, guys, when you comment, make sure you let us know what city and state that you're tuning in from. We had some people in from all the way from Kentucky. We had some people in from North Carolina. We had some people in all the way from down in Pompano, Florida. So we are all over the place. And make sure that you share. And like I said, my good friend, a good friend of the family. Matter of fact, let me post this. This is my pops saying, "Hey, son, good morning." And this is a friend of the family, Mr. William Phelps, who is always, whether it's my Popston group or whether it's my TV show or whether it's the podcast, always a supporter. Love you, appreciate all that you've done for me and mine. So, guys, listen, I'm going to ask again. And like I said, and I'm going to harp on this. The Bible says we have not because we ask not, right? So I want y'all to do, listen, think about it. If you enjoyed the show, then go ahead. No amount is too big, no amount too small. But first, what I want you to do is pray for the Todd Mickens Presents Early Morning Praise TV show, and pray for the Todd Mickens Presents Let's Talk About It podcast, that we continue to grow and bring you better content each and every time. Okay, so here we go again. One way to donate is by Cash App, $ Early Morning Praise, and then and as you can see at the bottom, right here, and also by Zelle. But guys, we're getting ready to get out here. We have had an awesome 2-hour show this morning, and I'm going to continue to do it like this. Excuse me. Where we had the TV show. If you're watching on TV, you're not going to see the interaction as far as like this. But those who are watching the TV show online via Facebook and YouTube, you're going to see the interactions, you're going to see the comment, and we're going to go straight into the podcast. And I think it was awesome. Burt McHale, thank you. I didn't get your name there earlier. Thank you for tuning in. Again, Urban Randolph, thanks, man. Trey Dixon, thanks for tuning in. But again, guys, we are getting ready to get out of here. I'd like to thank Brother Justin Rufus. I'd like to thank Eric Patterson for tuning in. I'd like to thank my good brother. Let me make sure. Matter of fact, let me just go get everybody. Shelby, I appreciate you. Let me just get everybody's name all the way from the beginning. Let's just do it like that. We're going to thank Cheryl Snell, Tammy, Sandra, Kaylin, Elder Stubbs, Lisa, Gregory, Sheila, Helen Osborne, Gregory, again, Wandalyn Kenner, Griffin, thank you. Wendy, thank you. Linda, Sandra, Dwight, let me come on. Marvin Fleming, thanks for tuning in. God, man, we had a good little bit today, guys. Sandra, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being active. Justin Mickens, thanks for tuning in. Timothy Wesley, thanks for tuning in. Come on. Justin Rufus, definitely thank you for coming in. Shelby, my good brother, let's go, man. Thanks for tuning in. Jabari Wade, thanks for tuning in. Boot Hughes, thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Not even gonna call that guy's name because I don't. Yeah, Cedric's, thanks for tuning in. Come on. I'm almost at the bottom. Eric Patterson, thanks for tuning in. My dad, thanks for tuning in. And like I said, Burt McCall, thanks for tuning in. William Phelps, thanks for tuning in. Craig Stoops, Urban Randolph, thanks for tuning in. Trey Dixon, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna go back and make sure I got Tina Tippins Prelude, thanks for tuning in. Teet Hughes, thanks for tuning in. Ratimus L, thanks for tuning in. I didn't catch you earlier, man. My apologies. We'll make sure I get everybody, and then we're gonna go ahead and get off of here. Janice B. Dub, thanks for tuning in. Carletta Anderson, thanks for tuning in. Y'all, I want to get Chad Wood, thanks for tuning in. If I ain't mistaken, Chad tuning in all the way from Texas, so I appreciate that. Glenda A. Mickens, thanks for tuning in. Jameson Randolph, and I do believe that is it. I appreciate y'all guys. So now we're gonna go off with a little bit of let's just come on, y'all. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Shout out to my man King George, AJ Holiday. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. We love y'all, man. Y'all keep it moving. Y'all keep it coming. It's your boy. It's your man. It's your podcast pastor. It's me. Ready, willing, and able. Excited. Listen, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Ooh, Todd Mickens, the CEO of the Early Morning Praise. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Come on here now. Todd Mickens Presents, baby. That's what it is. All day, every day. All day, every day. This your man. Listen, I love y'all. Peace. Don't forget, give. Listen, tell somebody that you love them. And like my daddy's song say, it ain't nothing you can do about it. It's your boy, Todd Mickens. I love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all next time. Peace and hair grease. Let's get up out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's do it.